How's it going, everybody? This is Seer here, and I just finished my attacks into the Knull boss fight. So I did some experimenting, and I wanted to try something a little bit different. It actually worked fairly well. I think if I would have pushed harder, which some of you guys might be willing to do, you might be able to get a higher score than what I did. So as you see here, I did end up getting 332 million points of damage. I was aiming to hit about 350, maybe 400, somewhere in there. However, I kind of underestimated how much damage I was doing, or overestimated how much damage I was doing on one of the hits, which we're going to kind of go into. But the reason I wanted to start on this screen is, in order to get from difficulty 4 to difficulty 5, you need to get about 6 to 8 kills on Knull, depending on how you did on the previous nodes. So for the alliance that I'm in, we weren't able to complete all of these spec ops for this zone here, for zone 5. During the spec ops, as you see, we weren't able to do spec ops 6 and 8. We don't have, we're missing one of the characters for each of those nodes, so we basically ignore that. Also, based on the bonus mission right here, you see that a lot of us did fairly well. About 16 of us were able to clear this. However, due to some of the people not having Odins, some people were able to do some damage, some people weren't. That did end up costing us as well. So I think we're in the alliance I'm in, we're going to need about 7 Knull kills. That's kind of the goal that we're going for. Probably about 7 to 8 to be safe. We currently have 4 Knull kills done on him. And if we end up taking a look, I'm guessing we need about 250 million damage per member in the alliance. So we're kind of making pretty good headway right now. As far as the teams that we use, or that I use, I did something kind of interesting, and I think it worked fairly well. So one of the teams that's heavily used right now is that RNG Bleed. That's going to be the Adam Warlock, Omega Red, Old Man Logan, and Mephisto. I wanted to test something out because I was getting close to 200 million. I had one good hit where I got probably about 230, 240 million, and then I wasn't really recording, so I backed out, and I didn't keep that one because I wanted to show you guys the hits. So what I ended up doing was I actually took Black Knight out of that team. I put Odin in, which actually worked fairly well. I think if I would have backed out, that was the very first attempt I did with it, which you're going to see later on in the video. If I would have backed out and tried a few more times, I could have done a better hit than I did. I ended up getting about 151 million points of damage on that. It was actually pretty good. That allowed me to actually put Black Knight with the Astral. That gave me 2 very strong teams of a hit. And then the third team I used right here is the same team I used on difficulty 3. That's going to be Kang, Lady Deathstrike, Thanos Endgame, Apocalypse, and Rogue. Rogue's basic is always going to be clearing barrier. Apocalypse, he's a good lifter for this. Lady Deathstrike and Thanos Endgame, they pump out a lot of bleeds and very quickly as well. As far as Kang, there's currently a bug in the game or mechanic where if Kang goes first, he's going to be able to take 3% life off of Knull before anybody else. So that's going to be very impactful. That amounts to 72% of 1 health bar from Knull. So that's very impactful, and I do urge everybody to do that. I kind of repeated myself because I'm going to say that later in the video as well, as you guys are watching this. But overall, I did 335 million points of damage, so I'm pretty happy about that. I could have done better. Like I said, if I would have done a few more attempts on this hit right here, where it's the adding Odin in. This one here actually worked fairly well. There's going to be some RNG to that matchup, depending where Wong summons in at. It is possible where Knull is going to be able to do a move, and it's just going to one-shot Black Knight once he hits about 20 to 25 rage. So heads up about that one. This one here, I think I did about 115 million points of damage. You're going to see later on in the video. This one here, I did about 65 million. So overall, I'm pretty happy with the 3 hits that I did using the roster that I currently have on here. And I think you guys can replicate it or even do better. Now, there's going to be kind of a glitch that you guys might have seen going around, to where if you end up using like a Astral Kang on difficulty 3, I know that got upwards of about 700 million points of damage. with Shadow King involved, you can there's some crazy scores going around there. So if you do end up getting like the animation bug, that's kind of what's causing that issue. I mean, congratulations, you just got a very good score for your alliance, and that's basically 2 Knull kills. But I did want to show you the teams that I used, kind of do a little quick explanation for it. But later on in the video, right now, you're going to see the matches. Let me know what you guys think. Did you find anything different? And if you guys did enjoy this video, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, have one for the rest of the day. All right, we're going to start the first attack. We're going to end up using our Adam Warlock, Omega Red. They both do the bleed extend. Old Man Logan, Mephisto both pump out a lot of bleeds as well. Black Knight with the vulnerable is going to be able to get the... I wonder if we can take Black Knight out and focus more on the bleed. Let's experiment with that. Then we can use Black Knight elsewhere. Let's try Raider Odin and see how much damage we can do. I'm kind of curious about this. Right, we're starting at 94%. That's good. Go ahead and do the Empowered Basic. Use the Basic here. And the key I'm looking at for the Odin portion is keeping those negative effects cleared off of the Adam Warlock and Omega Red. Let's special. Now we have battlefield effect on the other side as well. With special with Omega Red, get the speed up. Basic to do the bleeds. This team focuses on bleeds anyway, so adding Odin in here could be pretty interesting. Basic, that's going to extend those bleeds out. Basic again. We're going to save that Old Man Logan ultimate when the symbiote dropped in. Like right here, which we didn't actually have to save it because Odin's going to clear that anyways. We're going to save Odin's ultimate. Basic here. Because Odin's ultimate actually will clear barrier. So when the barrier comes back up, we can pop the Odin ultimate. Special here. Basic. Let's ult. Get rid of the barrier. So far, we've done 10%, 11% damage. This is actually working really good. Down to 81. Ult. He already has speed up, so I can basic. Basic, extend those bleeds again. Just 80%. Basic, get more bleeds on him. Alright, so there goes the Mephisto. Alright, so far we have done 16% damage. That's actually really good. We're going to keep this. Basic, send those bleeds. Might get another % of damage out here. Seven, 77% damage now. So we did 17%. Let's ult here. Another % of damage. Yeah, this is a really good hit. Let's see what the damage total is. $151. I was thinking that would actually be better than that. For the second attack, we're going to end up using our Astral team with Black Knight. Because we pull Black Knight away from the RNG bleed team, we're able to use them here and really maximize the barrier clear and lean into the percentile damage that the Astral team provides. As far as ISOs go, I did make the Ancient One and Shadow King both a Striker. They both have bleeds on their basics. We can really lean into the bleed function as well. Doctor Strange and Moondragon are a Raider, and I'm just putting Fortifier on Black Knight just for that added survivability to make sure that he stays alive long enough to kind of aim for the damage threshold that we're looking for. So we're going to end up going in here. There should be 15% damage left on the Shadow, or on Knull. Yes, we're still at 15%. So let's go ahead. I'm going to actually start with the basic on here, so that we can already start leaning into a few bleeds. And there we already got some Retaliate out there. We got some more bleeds out there. Go ahead and special there. We're going to save the special from the Black Knight. I like to save a special until I actually need the charges back up, or if I need to try to get a taunt up type of thing. Some added protection. Right, so let's go ahead. We're going to ult so we can get rid of those negative effects on us. And the striker hit should come in. We're going to put another blind out there and bleeds. All right, we're going to ult with the Ancient One. Go ahead and ult. That's going to get disrupt. So we have the defense up. So the ultimate here, defense up, offense up, 12 brawlers. We don't really need that. We don't need the heal off of that. The special is going to be able to heal, safeguard, taunt. We don't need that yet. Let's just basic. Having the timer to where it doesn't go during our turns is actually really good if you're trying to manual these fights. Now, if you do want to just basic or like auto the fight, I did do previously about 100 million points of damage, 110 million points of damage. That's definitely an option if you want to do that. We're going to end up using the ultimate from Doctor Strange so we get those negative effects off of us. There we got 5% damage gone already. So that's about 40 million. We're going to special here. This does a nice AoE attack. The Venom I'm not too worried about, so I'm just going to end up sticking into Knull. There we are going to end up using our special. We run a little bit low in charges. I wanted to get the buffs up on Black Knight. There the counterattack took out Venom like I figured. Let's go ahead and basic. Just to get the bleeds out there. Let's special. That gets the negative effects. Alright, so 7% left. We don't need to ult. We're just going to basic. We don't have negative effects really. Let's basic. Get some more bleeds out there. The blind that Shadow King pumps out is actually pretty useful. Let's ult. And this is going to get defense up. We already have defense up. We have one charge, so let's just basic again. Let's ult here. Ult here, we're at 52.5. I just want to try to monitor when he takes a turn how much damage he's taking for the bleeds. Let's go ahead and ult, get rid of those negative effects. 48.5 striker hits coming in. Alright, took about 3.5 million points of damage. Special here. Let's go ahead and special. Okay, 2.5 minutes. We did 11% damage. Let's go ahead and ult. There we go. That healed us up. Cleared the wave. Now this hit that's going to be coming in is going to be brutal. Usually when he hits around that 20 stack of rage mark, he just ends up deleting my Black Knight. There he deleted our Shadow King. Alright, can we get another 33 million points of damage out there? Let's see. The good thing is we still have Black Knight for those retaliates. So 27. Let's ult. So we got Ancient One back up. That's great. Let's special. Get the charges back up. Basic into Knull. Special, that's going to clear the wave. So we get 20 million points of damage. Let's see. There goes Black Knight. There goes our retaliates. I'm still going to keep this. This was a pretty good hit. That's special. 17 million. Alright, so this would have done about... Started at like 133 million. Just the auto right here. This is going to end up wiping us here, but just trying to see if the bleeds can take off some more damage for him. Looks like it's a visual. He wasn't dropping anymore. So the total damage of the second hit, 116, and we did the 151, so about 267 million between two hits. It's actually pretty good. For our third and final hit, we're going to use the same team that we used last week. This worked very well for us. We did about 110,000 points of damage, or 110 million points of damage. I don't think we're going to hit that same amount. However, we could push fairly hard on this and do some pretty good damage if RNG goes our way. So it kind of depends on how much you want to lean into this. The way this team works, we have Lady Deathstrike and Thanos endgame. They both pump out a lot of bleeds, especially on Thanos endgame's basic. Rogue, she's able to clear barrier on her basic, so that's going to be very impactful for us. Apocalypse is a great lifter. And as for King, he's a very special member of this team. If he's able to go first, he is going to be able to use his passive, which you're about to see here. Knull starts at 97%. When he takes his turn, he does take the full 3% off of Knull. It doesn't hit the damage cap. Now we're going to end up using King's special that should get slow on him. He did resist it. However, Rogue, she's kind of won the coin toss, so she gets to go. We're going to use the special. That's going to end up putting taunt on Rogue along with all of these buffs. Now we're going to use the special from Lady Deathstrike. That's going to get bleeds out there. Same with Thanos endgame. We're just leaning into the bleed mechanic that's currently in the game. Apocalypse, we're going to end up ulting. We're going to use the Falcon Punch here. And we already took 5% damage off of Knull. Pretty good already. Let's go ahead and ult with Rogue right here. We don't need a basic. Basic with Apocalypse. Kang is up. We are going to save the ultimate. It clears 3 positive effects, which it doesn't have. Reduce burn bar, which it can't do. This does clear barrier. That's going to be kind of the important thing on this. We're just going to basic and get a triple tap. Try to get some extra vulnerables out in the field. Let's basic with Rogue. Apocalypse is going to basic here. Apocalypse is about to die in force. Let's ult with Lady Deathstrike. Get the striker hit. So there, 7% of his health is gone. Let's go ahead and basic. I don't want to really kill all of these members of the symbiotes. That's going to get rage up on Knull. There's another percent off, so we're at 89%. Let's basic. Alright, let's basic into him again, get some bleeds. Hopefully he can take a turn. I don't think he is. But yeah, we did end up doing a fairly good amount of damage, about 8% damage on Knull right here. Let's see what the total damage of this hit was. 65 million. So it's not terrible. Between our 30 hits, we looked pretty good.